Yo, it's here for the for you. Hopefully, radio no sigusu with you. No, I now watch it and I say, I feel ya dum Eddie Echa. Yasaba Bishia Beam. MC, a financial peace education program. You see, a few me and Timmy from Bram would do to the program and here, you know. Yamia dum and ne Yamia Maquang. Yasani and Patrik Nanea Barfi Esan Bishia. Nedi and the wapa a chukra ne say. Some ray be raya tax season mo. Iti a tax and a quambani a befaso. Said ye betty ashana amana efe. A tax and a cremu be nimu. Iti ne and no como and near baby tamu kuchu nefre uniebi. So on some mechanic betimako Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, baby social media. No, I join you also now when you're upon be na etimiabo. Tamu kuchu me chame ho aba no makofanana. Na namba chote menka.
But you microphone in. Legacy we no. Mene minianu mienu bi na wa ha.
Oh, okay.
What was my baso?
David, minyanya omo.
You money hold on kakra na me frɛ.
Okay. Yeah, tea for one time we could you my few seconds be your working your man out. And enough for the moment so abaso. But also.
Me also. Yeah, see Kasa.
And I don't going to we already are with Masum.
Harry, I mean, besides Harry or what? Harry, see Kasa.
Was a drop. I buy, but I'm the was a Everyone, no, so what yeah. Opa, upload necessary. Nana about
Harry.
Yeah, Barfi.
Harry.
Barfi, can you hear me?
You what?
What's
up?
And I think.
Harry, sorry, what you kasa?
Yeah, Metimo Kasa.
Yo, okay, at here for where there. Mo fan check kakra. Na ka say yayi we answer. Yo, yeda yes say omafipa atoye. Yentimi hia ide ba dem say obi ahoye. Se ne gyae ho no ama improvement class abel. And a topic sorry we there your friends and your boy Patrik Barfi. Hope for life in our team. A topic, financial education, a topic, and then a tax season 2022. What you need to know. It's immediate. Me am crofua or more a nim dear or tax him. Naba. Naba. With it, very nice. And you know, maybe be a class in the BA and can be a craft for reason. Reason. As I started. Reason I had a quick customer reason no ye wo a moon a yikakra ye will be say reason said ye asemase and I say the intia and I say butaya and I say dream home and net the be not dream home so we'll dream be home but focus on see reason it gives the ability and also see reason is the action of thinking about something in a logical, sensible way. You know, And the reason so am I to me be a yen am I to me be a am I timid dream and am I timid bibia yen timi fa yen hu na yetimi dream near my home am I timid at the boy and a boy we are seeing now. Now when a cassette ye dream bi mu ho a ho na ya na asem na ba because he who say nipa bebre a dream party ye dream obi si ade ye ade men dream na obi am say me sorry am yes enu nyina ye brain activity thinking so better na se pa na dream ho ye nyina ye obi bibia ye friend is sex sense ye hu ade yetimi taste bibi yetimi touch ye hear na ye tasty ade o nyina obi ma yetimi de etna ye physical world. Na the timi boy and sa name na almost animal na mo bia almost mo nyina wo bi na de ma yin say yakopɔ boy say nsɛsunti ene mo anyepe ye chen mo a de timi boy ma ye hu free mu no ba ko ni reason no ye intuition, imagination, real perception, your friends say memory. I can imagination on that reasoning and ye ka ho asɛm no ti reason na boy ma ye timi de dream. It is all be idea be nas who say idea no class in NCP. I want to be out dream so be improve on net improve. Now nothing gonna be no can see 2% of the people think, 3% think they think, 95% party and 9 you better dream party in Kibu. You know, Henry Ford Kabi was say thinking is the hardest work there is. That's where which is probably the reason why so few people engage in it. It's a part, you probably breach. If you be asking about 5% pen a drink, to share and pass, near cost where life, nipa 5% pen inventions near be a costume now. It is statistics a dream say a bit now, near dream life, near true up to her, and no any other dream. If you see the statistics are a bit me a boy. You am right topic a bit discussing, which is taxes 2022 season. What you need to know, never be saying a draw. We hear experts, many experts or taxes on it. No mean to me, minimum crown by near too much. It's really a woman in dear for poor more. But now the say your time need to know. You start to see a car, what the questions in the bar, near started near answer a film. In it will be major mom, Harry. And come introduce to me. Instantly free Harry will introduce one. Now, then you introduce on that fee. Yeah, so. But since you can here for more questions, no influ. Ebana, yeah, discussing any flu. Neko, yo. Time jam Harry.
And I'm meaning to meet you more.
I say Harry, you are back.
Okay.
Yes. So me meeting the Harry Boafo. I'm a partner or accounting firm called HHP Financial Solution. Yeah, so that is me. Okay.
Yo, Danny.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Daniel Laye, and I am the partner for D. Laye and Associate. We take care of bookkeeping and tax filing stuff. Thank you.
Yo. Okay. Yes, start here. So, I didn't say Corona the buy no tax. Nyama be brave. Emma, I say, tax on nyama be brave buy. Now, if you class your team, yes, kakra. Oma awofo ni ade. Beginning year yes kakra. Apart from that, no so afi awofo ni ade nkora ni discount ni ade beba. Ni beka ho asem ne. But the person who class tax for anything. It didn't class no was a file tax. Think can meet me achechi mu kakra ma here.
Okay, I'll go first. So when it comes to taxes, basically tax na a filing is what we call the income tax. Your different kinds of taxes are your property tax, your sales tax. But this current one, income tax. Abina is obi oye juma, obi oton ade oye bian at the end of the year, income and sika obi ne biano. Ube declares says canon now with your taxes at home because the government has provided policies and as the kind of environment for you to work or do business to make that kind of money. So government no and by no one share say every year piano what she show no man now or your account and here make it as income no ubebu home kontama no na wetu ya taxes senior tier. So that is the income tax I become myself and Daniel will be your account. Daniel, if you have anything to add to what I said.
Sure, thank you so much. And just like our brother Harry said, that is so true. And we have to also pay our taxes because that is what the government use to take care of a number of things. Talk about our roads, talk about taking care of our military men and everything you think about that the federal government and the state does. They use this tax as a form of income to be able to take care of some of these things. So not only us, but then the state and then the federal government as well.
Yo, you don't see bebre. Tino, say income bracket as you say kase income bracket yeah you should west be brave and say it's in which me achieve kakra ma say income bracket is it here before say movie econo bro say the city no you kase kan e be kan si and say be wa ntino omo the questions obi are the questions but between there two the answer why
okay nana
yo income bracket anything Danny and I say income bracket anything.
Okay, so let me touch on the income bracket. With respect to the income bracket, when we talk about income bracket, just like our brother Harry would always say, the US tax system is progressive. So everyone the more you earn, the more you pay taxes. You don't expect somebody who earned only 5,000 in the year to pay the same tax as somebody who earned 50,000. So what the government does is that if, for instance, like you can see 10%, for 10%, they have an income bracket for people who will be paying 10%. So like you can see, if you are a single person and you are filing as a single filer, and you earned up to 10,275. What that means is that the government is going to tax you just 10%. If you earned, let's take it, you're a single person and you made 15,000 in the year 2022. That 15,000, the government would only tax you 10% on the 10,275. And the remaining amount, so when you take 15,000 and you take out the 10,275, you see the marginal difference is 4,725. That 4,725 will be taxed at the next rate, which is the 12%. So that is how the income bracket works. Every year, the government usually make adjustments to the income brackets. Normally, you can see the 2022 marginal tax rate. Those tax rates doesn't usually change. Okay, they don't change it every year. But usually the income bracket is changed every year so that depending on inflation, they index it and all that. So like the 15,000 example that I gave, you'll be taxed 10,275 will be 10%. And then the remaining amount will be taxed at 12%. If your income is above 41,000, then you should know that the excess amount, which is the marginal increase or the difference between the 41,000 you see, 775 and 50,000 will be taxed at a higher rate, and so on and so forth. So basically, that's how the income bracket works. If Brother Harry has something to add to it.
Brother, can we family no my anaka ye hu hono ya tikonos.
Okay.
You think Brother Harry?
Okay, yeah.
Barfi, which one did you say? The family.
Obviously, a family, no. So a single, no, I think a family. Yeah.
So similar to what Daniel or Kano say, we are single, our tax brackets need different from we are joint. Into nipa mi no more worry, come boom. Now omu make it 10,000. I hear a better tax different from nipa back one will make it 10,000. Normally, married filing joints and as a joint filers no rates no lower than the single people and as a married filing separate. That's how the income tax work. There is also another income tax bracket we announce another status where I can file, which is head of household. It's a little above the married filing joint and also a little below the single or married filing separate. And only will be our 12 months out of the year. Instead of filing single, you rather file head of household and then also tax rates and the income tax bracket to the tax rates near lower. But one thing I want to clarify on the income tax brackets is that there are different types of income that we make. If you make income from W2, as in or employer, at the end of the month and every 2 weeks now with your car, and only a W2 income you get. If you make a 1099 income earners, and only a contractor, the contract now, sky you to be and at the end of the year, more 1099 showing the income I will make it. If you more own business, almost and on credit card near the and also you brought 1099K. If not, one I'll bet tally how much you sold. Now I report it as income. The last income now make about your interest income, and also you have to add it to your income. But there's also capital gains. The reason I making that distinction is that capital gains, even though income, are more taxing it different. So for instance, Makoto stocks, now metal stocks, $1,000. Now in the next 3 months, Maton stocks, $2,000 are menya $1,000 profit and only a friendly short term. Until no, you bet tax and send a tax income bracket with more or the back count income no near tax. But a long-term capital gain, it take you more than 1 year, and so now most of the time that is taxed around 15 or 20% based on your income bracket. So, and I'm personally distinguishing say capital gains tax, a different from regular income tax, and if it's more than a year. But most incomes are taxed with this income tax bracket. So yeah, if you're not the account.
You will be breed. The BIA can be about deduction.
Nana, wait a minute, no.
Manimra, questions, Manimra.
Okay, Nana, wait there. Or say, you see new tax laws be about. Person say, are you true? Now, what are the new tax laws? My picking like 2 questions at a time. That's almost I know what was. I think say, and no be my. And the next question, we say, okay. What's it? Do I need to use a DIY or use a test preparer? Actually, I don't know. I mean, DIY and we are DIY. I don't know. So you're familiar with that.
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
Oh, okay. And to answer these two, now me no.
Emra, yeah, new tax laws, I am pan and him, and if you say do it yourself, and I say we don't tax preparer.
Okay, so I think the can be at 2, not that need to be at 2 or 3 account. So some of these are not tax laws; they are tax changes. Once a tax in the law now, your man expiration date. Until do expiration date now expire, it goes back to how it is before. One key example is child tax credit. After COVID, Biden bars or ye BB said or ye change be to the child tax credit. Or the 1,006 account. So normally the child tax credit like a 2,000 per every child. But the past year, it became 3,600. And now it be more higher, more with 300 every month. At the end of the tax year, no more the file you've been so hard when you've been filing the tax never can is he can home man. It is our way no change now by the making I expire. So the child tax credits now come back to 2,000. So if last year because of child tax credits no make his cabin this year if that same credit never mouse he can confirm because or matter so by 1,006 for each child. That is one.
If you said that we said come over you. Because
the second one, a charitable contribution. So charitable contribution, in the laws, it's only when you are taking itemized deduction, that is when you can take the charitable contribution. About COVID buying, they made a provision, say, even if you are taking the standard deduction, you're single, you can take $300 of it, and you're married filing joint, you can take $600. CCS, our law now expired, so it's gone back to how it is. Say, or charitable deduction, if you are not doing itemized deduction, you cannot take the charitable contribution. And I think what's the name? There's one about earned income tax credit. I don't know, Danny, if you want to talk about that one, the change in earned income tax credit.
All right. So thank you, Brother Harry. So the earned income tax credit last year, that was during the COVID, they took away the fact that you have to make an income in order for you to attract that. Okay, so what that meant was that if you don't necessarily have to make an income before you can, have that credit. But right now, it's gone back to pre-pandemic time. So for instance, right now, if you are a single person, you are expected to make around, say, 59,000 thereabout. Okay, if your income is above 59,000, you won't qualify for that. And that amount too has also reduced. It's gone down. The earned income credit that you expect to receive, how much when you file you are going to get, has also gone down. So that is also part of the reason why you should expect to see your refunds going down. That's one of them. And then also, I think the one change too that was in a good direction was the standard deduction. The standard deduction, they increased the standard deduction, and I think that was what our brother Barfi was coming to. But the standard deduction, whenever it is increased, it lowers your the amount of tax that you have to pay. So that bracket actually has increased slightly. So which is good, which is a good one. But other than that, most of the earned income credit and all that, reduce. So you should expect to have a lower deduction this year. Lower refunds, not deduction. Yeah.
So as a tax professional, do it yourself, and I say coming to you, let me touch
on that one.
Okay.
Let me touch on that one. As a matter of fact, you can do your own taxes when you know what you are doing. Okay, most of the tax softwares would ask you, questions, and based on responses, you can file your own taxes. However, if you have a little bit more complex situation, for instance, you have your own, you have a 1099, or you are self-employed, or you have side gigs, and you are doing it without good understanding. I've had situation where people have received notices, not because they didn't know what they were doing, but at some point it got more complicated for them. All right, and some people too have also missed some opportunities that they could have, benefited from if they were, talking to someone who could do the research for them, or who understands the work and has done it for some time. So depending on your situation, the complexity of your own situation, I would advise that you do it yourself if you can. But if your situation is a bit complex and you are not trained in it, it wouldn't cost you, an arm, to just have somebody help you to make sure that you are getting the right refunds that you need to receive. Brother Harry, you wanted to just touch on that?
No, I think that's all that you said. I think if you're a simple 1 W2, 2 W2s, it's easier to navigate and do it by yourself. But if you have a more complex situation that you need to optimize, because sometimes tax preparers have to do their tax 2 or 3 ways to optimize which one is the best way for you. Not even just the refund, but sometimes maybe somebody's buying a house. At that point, it's not about the
if you had it, you look as Diana de Modia Frafra.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
Yeah, need original situation. So Obia or W2 back one a different from Obia or W2 back or some 2 businesses. And no professional with me, I share business deductions near there or Bayama. Better saying say well but one W2, 1 job, or even 2 jobs, 2 W2s, it's easier so Bayama. So that's what I would say to that. Yeah.
Yo, bro, questions will be one.
And number job, my for 2 in Sombra. Okay, where should you say what deduction can I claim with receipts? Or not the episode the obitime claim with receipt. And okay, where's I say what are the important things to know about the taxes at this season?
So important things. One and between claim with a receipt.
Receipts, yeah.
All the 2 questions, you're better touch on in our next session. I think the most 2 important things, to be honest with you, deductions and credit. Deductions and credit. If you understand your deductions and also your credit, those are 2 main important things when it comes to taxes. So I think that also na year zoning and a year communal. And your can deductions now you do you make about deductions you can claim with receipts. So I think that I call your next.
Your hunting your credit set near Kardashian Tenko credits and so. And to bet me at us.
Okay. So your deductions and credits and American, for me, those are the 2 most important things when it comes to tax. Open say or tax, or TRC, or 2 deductions and no credit as and no bebo. One, you can't deduction here. Sikebi albeit me at free or salary mu and our income mu na a result to your taxable income. So there be a mere example say me year money to 50,000 minya deductions 20,000 sika me to your tax or some 30,000. Say bibi and minya deductions I say me to your taxes on 50,000 but minya 20,000 deductions I hear me to your taxes or say 30,000. Into the same example, no say my tax rate at 10%, 50,000, no, and come to 5,000 or so. But my deductions 20,000, CCR no make only 3,000 because deductions now boame a reduce and I at misika neswa about 30,000. Into no na deduction. A ban creditor credit no boama o reduce taxes na sa utua to abino. Into taxes ne ya calculate or tax ne we no. Into I'm say my example first, say me sika near 50,000 na me need deduction ya calculate me taxes say me try 5,000. Me child tax creditor which is 2,000 and no boamia a better me 5,000 so I could do 2,000. Me sign earn income tax credit of 4,000 and no better me 3,000 so I could 0. Now I can another 1,000 checker a buying the bebrem. Into credits no table actual tax liability so your calculations we are at the end. Deductions need a table income so before your taxes are calculated. Into first they say now or more deductions they move 2 years above the line, and below the line. Into above the line otia na what drew AGI now and sana what it say no could drew or taxable income. See, I mind very simplified, kakra, but that is what the difference between the deductions and the credits. It's deductions need to seek so credits no take or taxes so. I don't know if Brad Daniel also to become maybe
thank you.
Types of deductions.
We are now the way so account no or say then you bit me deducted for receipt.
Okay, yes, thank you, Brother Harry. So Senior Kaya so just a quick one on the tax credits and deduction. I would say most of the times obianya some deductions be and now with me I qualify for certain credit until also feel say I should be able to get that same deduction or credit. Obianku most of the the credit now, ubenya tax credit now, ubenya no, and deduction no, they peg it against your AGI. It is earning so much money, na say your adjusted gross income. So adjustable income no increase, na say high na. I can tell you, sir, you won't be eligible to have a lot of tax write-off. So for instance, earning so much money, 100,000, 200,000, depending on what you make now. There are certain, your AGI is high now. There are certain deduction like student loan write-off. Your student loan now, ABR, OTR, OTMI deduct here because it is pegged to your AGI, you know, ultimate deduct you. So another person or any lower amount, no, ultimate deduct here, no. BBT say education credit and itemized deduction. Yamana yetimi from mona obi betimi anya no wo untimi nya no sa. So I just want to say the fact that we say deduction ni credit nyama bi wo ho. Sometimes your income now will make it no assume. So credit bi wo ho obi betimi anya because ni sikaswa. But wo sikasu inti nyama ni bi wo ho you don't qualify. Mr. Bay, if question, what was the second one? I will say, me fankauno.
Or say, Niema Ben will be to me at a deduction with a receipt.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
Hey, say, yeah, if I say, yeah, my groceries, send me a receipt, make me a deduction. And what are the end of between their deductions?
Okay,
yes,
so
I can standard deductions.
For you. And the mami touchy. So at the end of the year, no government, no. Government now to say we have two main kinds of deduction. Abino ankasa ashe say generally no at the end of the year depending on inflation or timimao standard deduction say who make 20,000 50,000 na say we married filing jointly abino ayena doing say obetimia deduct 25,000. I'm giving it's a little over 25,000. 25,000 is what you can deduct. So that 25,000 now obetimia deduct say wawaria you are filing jointly with your wife, no. Abine say obetimia deduct up to 25,000. That is the standard deduction. You can choose say ube use amount, no. And now obetimia ade you go the route of itemized deduction. And the itemized deduction no enye bibiasu na ubetimi adidacti. When it comes to the itemized deduction, there are things that will qualify as itemized deduction. So yemfanity say medical expenses. So call hospital, na say you pay out of pocket expenses at the dental office or your hospital, your kids and all that. Na say receipts ne wo ha. It's an example of something that obetimi are deducted. But let me make it clear, say, even with that, no, you can only deduct, say, Sikana will deduct the excess of 7.5% higher than what your AGI. If you calculate your AGI, NASA will multiply 7.5% of your AGI, adjusted gross income, by 7.5 now. Say, they are calculating now 2,000. Abinancy, the Fed, IRCC, you can only take medical expenses. So when care 2,500. Now say niami calculate na 2,000 now. You can only deduct the $500. So that is one. And I will BBT say charitable deduction. And also like a bra hurricane, last year, like when you make any such payment to say to Salvation Army, na say sorry and all that, you can even have at least $300 over to media to usikasu. But this year, say deduction now based on what you give to the church now. And it's also pegged to your AGI. Like, so if it is like 60%, to your AGI, depending on your income, there is a limit to how much you can deduct. So BBT say sorry, apart from medical, BBT say sorry. The other thing they say na say at the end of the year, which you are to say mortgage. So mortgage now otiano ombema 1098 at the end of the year. So call portal no so now maili, and now if you chose to have your information on the portal now, ubetimi download it. When you download it, ubehu 1099 or more interest amount be stated in there. And nusu is deductible. Na limit was BBT say your student loan, interest on student loan. And nusu is part of nusu is something you can also deduct. BBT says state and local taxes. And no me can be bia for to say or BBSA say there are tax law changes. Yes. One of the changes too with respect to local taxes is say with your property tax, with your state, local taxes, property tax, and all that. Now why in Kano? Government now copy BBR, IRS are copy BBR to 10,000. Inti say taxes are TIA, it's greater than 10,000 now. How much you can deduct is only 10,000. And no, that is when you are filing jointly. You are married and you are filing separately. No, and only what do we call it? Only 5,000. Okay, Matachi on the mortgage interest, and the mortgage interest is mainly for your primary to say what of you now to and also you can also deduct that. ABS ultimately have anything on equity loan to remodel your home. Na say sikana ufa on your mortgage now to say wako when your equity be kakra was soon na say oko year. Sa sikana o year no interest na wo tia no say sikana o year no equity no the year efie ni hu bibi adwuma bi wo fie na you pese remodel the house na so the year. That is when you can deduct that. But o you sikana say o the Ghana cause see dan wo Ghana and all that, and no won't mean deduct.
Edi try no.
And untimi in deduct. And ye bibia uto na receipt obetimi added that major mema bra Harry akan bibi say on ABR mileage and
from what you say, it looks as if you say if you take Harry read me bus from what your brother and can, it looks as if you say if you take standard deduction now and no moment you change say obeka so what itemize it, because me remember say I was reading something now you see a shame krana almost about 70% or 60% of the population, a deduction, drew the standard deduction.
Yes, sir, and she said, offer itemized deduction and here. Say at the end, a binary mile or mile leeway. A binary cashier say, we are married filing jointer. We'll seek out be Mekibiano, Metchel 25,950. I won't your taxes also, and that's the standard deduction. But so Oshena no maybe I would tuano a bro 25,950 in one. Ube to me deduct here no instead of the 25,000. But from the our can HSS 70% no or more itemized deduction schedule no money was no medical expenses, property tax, mortgage interest, or more the nini abuma in drew standard deduction. No. So they will rather take the standard deduction over the itemized deduction.
And it's a complicated too much for that itemized deduction.
So their man is first now itemized deduction. Not no maybe can to say even your tax prep fees. In two bam when file taxes or fees now between deducted. Or more necessary the normal uniform they can deduct the uniform. There were a lot of things in there, even gambling. Yeah, there are so many things. But abani ni free Trump's tax rules, no. In Tiama, people were very limited. Any state tax now limited to 10,000, no. Obi will make it 200,000. Say the state tax say 5% in per. Uchiabi brave. In the property tax, the count also between 10,000 per. And limit a lot of people to go above the standard deduction. No? And on the amount who say a lot of people take the standard deduction. But also to the account receipts as seminal. So you're a W2 employee, you are very, very limited on most of the things that you can deduct. I know now, my brother Daniel boss, no money or itemized deduction, charitable contribution, this money, and you can deduct with your receipt. But you'll be at 1099, yeah. There are a lot of deductions that you can take on the Schedule C, even on maintenance or oil change based on the kind of contractor. Oh yeah, no. Some people can even go as far as even part of their car, no, maintenance on was you can deduct that. But Nina and so keep it receipts, no. I say this to 1099 employees, not W2. I think the problem, and Daniel will attest to it, the problem we see most of the time is Obi or a W2 employee, but not down for your 1099. Now down for 1099, I catch and say, me call your taxes, no, me the me car notes be me the call your tax preparer energy. Into no a W2 ne so feel say or the salary receipts in the bar, it's out to me deduct man. But we have two different income categories. Normal 1099 which me deducting, and you're the same thing as the W2 person which me deducting. It said, oh, call taxes now, would be because you're waiting to be deducted. Ubi say better as they say because we are W2 in here and you're deductible. And now say the kind of ejuma here. Dano make sure be if you say Obi 1099 put now work from home now to feel now yeah. Who could deduct it or car not the coin because ejuma ni abroad laptop now you feel. You know, so the kind of industry and the kind of ejuma here crown so the deductions are you can take. So it doesn't mean say Obi taking those deductions, no. You can take it into no tax preparer and or tax professional on the casa or no better show no actual that you are with me deduct. And okwamen for since my interest me deduct it. Sure what the laws and the rules are and based on that no better so now we deduct the amount. So that's what I'll say.
Yeah, bro. Questions Nivimra.
No. Me that's it, but almost say I na numbers and am I.
Oh, you didn't have a good. You didn't have a good.
Na mami in fact 3 and 2 so na and samai. One, we say, is it better to claim 1 or 0? That's one question. The other one is say, what is the maximum tax refund you can get? MZ tax here ni samano. Third one is the third one was say my question is about the dependents. Can I claim my girlfriend? And finally, I have 6 kids. Is it advisable to split with my wife?
6 kids.
So like
that means we file separate. Okay. Yo. Yes, that here. Have you started when that to us?
I think the main start to dependents, no. So dependents, no. So what happens? There is a lobby and a tax lobby. Say if you live apart from your spouse for 6 months, you can file head of household. And I believe that's when the question because a person splitting on your head of household, none against your head of household. But if not together for the whole year, that law doesn't apply. You can split them and do marriage filing separate, but it will deprive you of a lot of the credits, right? Into some what's now born for the whole year with the 6 kids. The best thing is to file marriage filing joint and get all the credits that come with it.
But so before so go on, file 6. No between them call 6 now file some way married now. We 6 now.
Yes. It's not capped.
So even if it's 10 krana,
we got child tax credit. Once they're under 17 years, you can get a child tax credit. First, now we the Abuapa is our personal exemption, but also 2017 we personal exemption if we now Colabia one personal exemption.
Wait a minute, 1 second. I'm saying I'm for person man kasa baso. Now me no by my message too. And number no 703-565-2360 and 703-590-1692. Emubia wa bitimi afre now the question number. What the seni and so mebisa ama. Na number cho yento aso.
Yes, so with me in Colana file and if Matna apart and I'm 2 different addresses you can do head of household for both Amobeche and Colano. The girlfriend there, sorry to say no to me file girlfriend and file as a dependent. And I think one Kaimi, the other 2 questions,
I know say the girlfriend and we say claim, no better claim 1 and 0.
Yeah, so 1 or 0, any of filing status, right? So it depends. Who you'll be our dependent obviously you be claiming one, and then no do be paying taxes now or be no. So at the end, no be filing, you don't really get much. You claim 0 now, and no you take home the back to by the end, you might get a lot because a man till be brave and toho. So it depends on how you want to structure your taxes. So what worry now in manner you claim 0, or net take home the very very small. Then I make by your refund might be bigger. But I could claim 1 and so on net way in the bell lower. And I think that one question was about the maximum refund.
Yes.
Refund
maximum send a bit.
Yeah, refund it's about your withholdings out by my IRS, and also the credits you get. So if you paycheck your now sign even more withholdings, now every paycheck what's 60% from IRS at the end of the way, year, total taxes from my dear bro. And depending on how many kids you have near the and also share the credits out there. So there is not a limit to it's about how much withholdings out to and on a share with bro. Let me make this one clarification. The refund we get comes in 2 ways. And Danny, sorry, I'll finish this and you come in. The refund we get comes in 2 ways. One way is the withholdings. While we age dear tito hono. And you be now file it. Let's say we age every day, what to 15% at all. Oko file taxes, no tax rate near 10%. 5% now, bro, so no more the word here, bro. And near one part of the refund. The other part of the refund near credits, as I explained the credits, your refundable and non-refundable. So let's say child tax credits, for example, if the refundable portion is 1,002 and the non-refundable portion is 800, right? When you file it, now your taxes is 0. So 1,002 in the form of a check. Until no switch me account away in one cost room. So we are not really getting any money that we've not put. Most of the time, the refund we get is our withholdings and also the credits. That is where people should see the refunds are coming from. Danny, I don't know if you want to add anything to it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Danny, and before so now yeah, for we come home, say we not more a year. Say they can. If I put more or they hold more, you could say me de more bema omuna echiri magia na say me more bibia na bi echiri me tue bia na say be even dey na good man ya na dey aka ho man.
Okay, thank you so much, Brother Harry. Thank you so much for clarifying all those questions. That was really very, very good. I think Baku I just laugh off because there was one good question that OBC on file with my girlfriend, and Brother Harry has already clarified that. In fact, your girlfriend count into so on say or this kind to say o child now and the over to me so because on count. Now let me touch on the withholding tax. How much you can claim. I think say claiming 1 or 2 so per tax situation now to me who say bia me yen say me claiming 1 and not 2 be boa me now how much amount we withhold here a be boa me obi so bisa question say to me how much amount can you what's the limit to me claiming at the end of the year tax refund. So who calculate how much refund you can get at the end of the year now. I would say right from the beginning of the year, you can use a calculator via our IRS website. Me the link now to your chat box nemo. Who call now say who enter that link now. Few questions are there. Who do income share now say who be with your spouse now these 2 are. It will tell you how much at least you should be paying or how much should be withheld in your account. And grab to me bisa say how much refund and I will pay. Ultimate the share say I feel no swan me pay refund say many refund 5,000. So the 2 or so pay refund 5,000 and no other calculate will say and the say this is like the 3rd week I eat you can say you should pay check now the completed that form now. A bet share will senior unka chere HR yentil. It's all about amount I yet you senior brother Harry Kayano, you don't get anything from where you have not sold. You don't reap from where you have not sold. The only situation I'll bet me repeat be I won't so yeah, they say yeah, my tax refundable tax credit now. And no dear you get it, because you meet the criteria. And then the question is, so unya more credit refund yeah, and now unya less. And no nyina depending on one kasa. Ebi mu wo ha sika bo mu nsema omu mesen scanner app easily. Inti ebia ofilise ontimi nya sika kutu bi a otimi di ye bibi. This person want to do something, a project in Ghana. You want to buy a land or you want to put up a fence or build on your land. But every day you will kana ebia wonu ye ma usasika na uji paycheck na ebia you sponsor too many people in Ghana. Inti anu no untimi buasika no. So for such a person or feel say udie we told him it has more than I am currently withholding now. Na say ye timi kakra na say at the end of the year no ye de mami kutua and no me year me timi the me project for Ghana. Obi timi that could work for someone. But for another person who is like maybe Harry, who is an accountant, right? Who knows what he wants from his money. So I is kipisa osika na. Or the amount at the end of the year now on fatas on fine interest in count.
Wahanipa.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, the amount is says in your this say be a refund nache. Say refund niche na be umbema interest be but all the amount you contribute here. And in our present situation where like uko cascos is here, nyama prices I na stabilizing kakra, but prices are increasing yes, Hannah, na say who do sika she bibi na unya bibia was and depending on obia, it depends on the situation now. Ebi mu be hu say enkoye. Inti ono be sika ni mo na wa save ebi as a commercial paper be na so be lucky for the next 6 months and that 12 months obenya interest obi wo ha sign up pen. So obia ni school of thought or person or follow.
Wow.
Before I say, Patrik, the way to chat box now. Brombertin the atuma na say so Haruba count the first na kadanisha Canada. Now must me the two chat box now more contact no.
Contact.
And say time is so yeah. It has a kind question do have for my now.
And then me for wait some okay. When studio, I say one question. I say what deduction can I claim? What deduction can I claim without receipts? That's one. Another one is say I have a colleague that we work at the same place. We all get paid at the same rate, but at the end of the taxes, the guy always get more than sometimes about 11,000. Whilst I get about 5,000, even including adding my house to the taxes. Yeah. And then the third question was does IRS look at all tax returns? But you see, wait to answer this 3 and now 4 and answer.
Okay.
But I could MC account that I say what deduction can I claim?
Without receipts.
Without receipts.
Yeah.
MC say Daniel Confessor.
All right. So let me. I would advise that when you are dealing with the IRS, you just don't conjure numbers, and then okay, I don't have proof for it, but I'm putting it in there. When you are picked, okay, that could result in fines, penalties, and also maybe paying interest. No. Me advise you be say uni bibia when if you are using it for IRS filing, try and make sure you have a receipt. Sometimes you don't need a receipt for. Let's take it that you have a business and you are having depreciation. Okay, you have a van and you are depreciating. You have office, you are depreciating certain assets. That one you need a schedule. You don't need a receipt. So in your BBA now over here receipt. Some of them you need to build a schedule for that. But for the ones that requires receipt, it will be important. Say Ubenya receipt, Obi bisa question be say IRS to me come back. Does IRS your friend is saying?
I say does IRS look at all returns?
All returns. Okay, let me say this. We have a lot of people in these countries. We are talking about this country. We have so many people. Yes, they do, but they have built-in systems. Not every one of them. They have built-in systems in place to ensure that their system can flag anomalies. Their system can flag anomalies.
But anomalies, no.
Anomalies. They say, BB ako off. BB call your friend is saying BB in tosu year. Okay. Na said Sadia Abia. Mami my example. Abia when you're 1099, uko ye juma uo side gig be away. Side gig now we no unya 7,000 or so. So 7,000 unya 1099. But why you doing say we dey say me side business and unya say me the back account tax preparer now prepare ma me no any loss me can't share na so no hu ye obisa am say me wo menya bibi me see me income ni nyina ni me wo W2 and na me dia ma no 1099 na menya bia let's take it menya $1,000 or $700 or so and no dia me fa man. Okay, that's fine. Un fan kan enye hwi. But sa company now ma 1099 no. Today is the deadline. They file with the IRS. Say I'm out 1099. If it meets certain threshold. So on no wa file at IRS. All filing so yeah the social security account. Until na IRS so train say obe filing your friend say wo income tax. So all filing nasa social security no. It's in their system. Say, when you're 1099 be this company. But na say would you know now filing no and nimona. They have some built-in system now and any partner ebe flaggy say one filing, but the system will pick say 1099 be but who say wa report 1099. It means that you are under reporting your income. And no na to me flaggy. Sometimes you might think say last year be filing here. My my receiving notice bia men feel bia I mean you are good, but don't forget say they have statute of limitation. No, they can go as far back as maybe 6 years or even 10 years. That's a fraudulent reporting and reporting. Or metimia come after you, and sometimes what happens in say time or move back. So catch out say receipt and now be being brand no. Maybe 2 years, 3 years down the line. Only urefi bibia na ye bisa say for 1099 proof unya 1099 you didn't report. Na say who say what before. Omo calculating interest all the way from maybe 2 years now no. Inti sa sika na maybe anka who reported $1,000 no. Maybe na double. Now you be at 3,000 and now 4,000. At the end of the day, it hurts you. Nankasa. So I would advise don't think about say IRS check you yes, they have built-in system. And when to me or the TOBR, they sometimes it's based on sample. But if you are the one that they have certain things like ABR, who see who any 2,000, only 20,000. One report is say 5,000. Who need 20,000. One report say me just example. Something like this will flag. Will be flagged. It's easily said they can spot. So these are some of the things that can come from their statistical sampling now. But I wouldn't advise you say you use your mindset because of move file sure be maybe you're lucky. Maybe 2 years down the line they can come after you. Thank you.
A bit on my came from questions ni bi obium. They say time no way.
And when the answer when you're right to they will see on any jepe or no what any day in a can.
And Harry man I say also on in now cross half with the house near now still me sure say me can say I can't was but Harry bro Harry so with me at here so how my
Yeah, so I think that as I said earlier on, and I'm a kind near the kind of Obia situation is different. Me no bet me a juma kure 100,000. Ye ni aye odan. A dine kure bi aye neighbors, ye oba mako. Into I say ye tax say ye na the same. No knowing no maybe a master me kwa me sama the whole year me ma 10,000 into my charitable contribution me the bet me way so. Until after we did actually Bibiano, or taxable income you bear 70,000. Me after Bibiano, me taxable income you bear 40,000. May qualify for child tax credit and income credit now. It means all those credits in account, and so you don't qualify for anything. So Obia situation is different until say wafa 2 tax returns. No, now they are two on waka say Bibia pepe in the both tax returns, and now we have more same year, and now beka so here. But Obia any tax based on the tax preparer or any normal different. And I'm not saying illegal ways. There are legal ways Obia to me use they make more of their refund based on the deductions they get. Who can maybe our registered business via Unim or ton idea via normal say second hand or fano aton. Unya any losses in that business or to me you see that losses not to bring the income down. And that one can help him get more refund. So the fact that you guys make the same income, tax rate doesn't mean that your refund is going to be the same. A lot of things go in for people to get their refunds. So I know that share what one gets and one will not get. So don't just focus on your taxes. Make sure that you are getting the maximum amount that you have to get. Men for our dream book their opinion on the taxes. All the others will tell our taxes and what you have to get, you also get that. And then I'm a comfort,
before say bet to us, and I said, bro, your time now it's saying.
And then I for about 10 minutes in count.
Okay. And me form what you need to do beam. In him say chat no more.
Who are numbers no menya so
and I say pushing it.
And as a sober announce so my and see okay.
Your brother Danny, the number is 571-492-8292. And your brother Harry so a 575-637-8778. Omo ya de pa wo issue bia ade ba kwa beka kakra say de bia ye twen na tax time and say bia ye kwaku hu professionals and bisa issues ya mention how man nche we mu no nye ye friends tax time kwa no we adwuma omo ye adwuma 24/7 your friends 360 days in time bi omo ho any ever been coming in ko
Nana, one question we say so oyiska free 41k we gene 41k na so the akoye project bia that amount na I was say o gene taxes or reported. Do I need to report my 401k if I take money out of my 401k? Okay. And the second one, I want to say how quick I know bet me any taxes and how quick no bet me refund no.
He's canoe. 401k the and say go specify kakra ka be say a loan or finance say or yeah hash.
Okay. Or the babaka na media to asoma.
Okay, a bit
Yeah, so I think for the filing, the earliest was I think 23rd of January. And on our IRS for will be a crime for e-file. I will be able to file it. So that is the earliest. And I normally file taxes are money 21 days. It can go more than that, but 21 days and maybe I'll be now refund. That's the earliest, but depending it can go beyond that. So that is the earliest that you can get your refund and the earliest that you can file. I think for one can ask brother B if you can, or yin as a loan and now or yin as early withdrawal and or yin as hardship. And on web to better, tell him how it's going to affect him.
And I pay it to
okay, was it no I know the project. It is like there Bobusia 401k nim. They know so taxes and
Okay. May describe it early withdrawal. Now, I think the brother Daniel account loan no when it comes to 401k. So we're about to withdrawal now. Or withdraw 401k early withdrawal. Do age ness or you 401k now. You're classifying as income.
Age
near 59 and a half.
Okay.
So me do 35. Now me you 401k as in 20,000. So me make 100,000 that year. 20,000 back account now me income now 120,000. So I know kaise me increase me income bracket into my taxes back through. Also no 401k now we in yabema we withhold the taxes at all. I will file taxes out the account withholding. The final piece I'm a person for here the 10% penalty no more charge no. A young for be bringing say we year near to 10% no. We year amount to 10%. The only thing I'm your taxes. All file taxes are that's our 10% no or more the account of taxes no. Into example now my no. Obia oyi 20,000 no. Or filing the taxes are more the extra 2,000 back the taxes no because a 10% penalty no on early withdrawal showing say 401k no and your savings account for you. Danny, I don't know if you want to talk about the loan side of the 401k.
Yes, thank you, Brother Harry. So, senior, my brother Kayano, when it comes to say ABA wako yisika because in your 401k no, usually generally I would say a loan a year passing wako ye hardship withdrawal. And hardship withdrawal senior wako yisika no because of na say one borrower. And no senior our brother Harry has explained no. And no normally because of the penalties no and shed and boa papa biasa. But say borrower and no dear a year. Now so plan no allow say borrower it's important say omudi schedule no ma say you have to pay every pay period na bibia. Say who no pepe pa. So far as say what borrow now no pepe it is tax exempt. Untia tax bia wasu. And when you say obey your tax or you use it, you don't have to use it on your tax filing. But say banu say wako jeno untimi ntia na ebia you have to pay regular, you are defaulting now. And no dear na you are qualifying to say why you hardship withdrawal. To say wako yisikano until we chia sa penalties no also ombe be become income so say why yisika. So I hope say my chairmo ye say utia will loan no now you will 401k no a loan as you now utia no consistently. There is no need, you don't need to add it to your tax filing because you are paying back into your own account.
Good. It's
Mami for when she obia send about or see a panelist never cook something about the three the three tax brackets. I don't know say if I get it right or throw buckets. Minim the okay about that. And the next question so you say is it a good idea so be file as a single and as a married?
Yo. I'm saying I really can't. There are three types of like income. I betting a tax. I'm saying me sure say no worker. But before then, the entire me do we not to be like ne. Na brother Harry say uko o tax uko 401k na. So when you 401k say I say your friend say what year and yet loan no what you pay. It's your friends say friends so bracket no now 12%. I friends say we make it 41,000. Now we 10,000. Now we say I try for 12 no about 22. It apart from the penalty now we be nyano. And the tax ness are tells. We say lusu ha. We say your man is very clear. We say you lusu ha no. And your brother Daniso can say loan no uji loan na a ye chance obeji on chese kwaje or chese. Ni mi no de no. Ye say if you had ye nji loan ni sa ni waro. The 401k ye go. It you know ma okwa se kwaje. Yo, brother Harry, because we need somebody actually when no come about different kind of.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that those are the only three income, but those are the three ones I wanted to differentiate. So, me showing demographics, those are the three main incomes are in that is the W2 or 1099 incomes, That is why you Juma as an employee for an employer, and then why you Juma as a contractor, and then W2 or 1099. The next one, your interest income. say be a wire investment will be a unya interest every month. It be more CD certificate deposits near there. And also other type of income and see it way. Now the third one here, capital gains, especially stock trading, you know, so auto stocks now ton. In fact, so now be now was no ye tax also, but no omo into long term and short term. It is our keep stock no under 1 year and now ton. And only a short term, normally omo tax no, you know, as a normal rate. And if you keep in more than a year, that's a long term capital gain. No? I think that's around 15%. So I know that 9% which said there are different incomes and how they are taxed. Even though most of them fall under marginal rates, no, we also have to see say there is something called the capital gains tax. I tax also Oton stocks and I said even Oton would now making more than 500,000. That capital gains tax, no, that excess now also no. That was the point I was trying to make with the income.
I hope see I answered the question. Brother,
yeah, there was one that asked if you can file single. So filing single
Yes.
now, who filing married, filing jointly now. Yeah, the two doesn't go together easily. When you are single, because you are not married. So by definition, you can't just say you are single and also be able to say you are married. So it's either say you are single or you are married. Now, say Oban say you are married, and no now if you are married filing separately. It is a question no yeah married filing separately now and no you're different. But generally, Mamin can say generally no, say filing as a married couple normally benefits no also in terms of you know your bracket now ABR so share calculations now and then the deductions now bet me no wow generally in general when you are married no a saying ABR you are single usually you pay very you know like your tax is a little high, you don't qualify for so many things. So in general married filing jointly is you know it's more appealing in general, but depending on your situation, sometimes filing separately may make sense.
That's good. But do be one.
Well, Nana, yeah, that's it. Tell me to my wrap up. I think it's a bit.
You any brother, any best idea through to say, depend on the things that we see. Your friends, the difficulties are moving. So I will be a community, senior city, and your ba problems in the face. Nedia na my sebea. Advice ben our my infants advice ben our my.
Okay. So my quick advice to all of us, they say, we failure to plan is planning to fail.
Mm-hmm.
When so one planning to say your brother can't and they're thinking, a lot of people don't want to think, you know. Thinking, no, say when you are thinking about your task, you don't wait, say abesi and sana who dream who say no. It's great to say tax filing. You start you know, you start planning for December tax filing. That is when ubetimi maximize the amount that you can make at the end of the year, because this is the time you can make certain changes that will benefit you. So this is the time to maybe talk to your accountant, to talk to your tax person. This is the time to also make research. If you are the person who want to do it yourself, this is the time to make the research, to do movement me abwao. Don't wait till snake or na or wanna akawe we answer now ubeko akodi a word draw. Udi a drone first. And also say who file it this year, like with your bra or can they be but you're making sure say nia filing ubeti as here. Making sure say nia filing because who file it now even pobi filing ma na say or yeah. Untimi nja bibia say ono ye and mount shrew on shrew nyama mu ebia unti bibia say aka kire no mpacho kire mu yie na wa kire say ne be ya say even po question bi ba later on na utimi yie no utimi a wo ye na say nti enu pe na meka say you making sure say wo ye bibia at least in the tax filing and na bibia making sure say obeti ase, and also from the beginning of the year do make sure say you can start planning for this year to maximize your you know tax amount of obeti anya. Thank you, Barry.
Okay. I think so. I mean, I'm kind of about the marginal tax rates. No. I think so. One key misconception we always talk about here. Obi or Hoye 2 jobs, right? One job 250,000, the other one is 250,000. Or any tax I know aboka on TSA. But mostly it's because we have 50,000 maybe with tax rates that 24%. Until first job no to 24, second job no to 24%. All the 2 jobs in 100,000, but you are still deducting only 24%. But 100,000 no, okay, marginal tax rate now, maybe 28%. Until we're making 100,000, you only withhold 24%, but okay, tax rates near higher. Right now, you realize that there is a difference between the two odeka, but I won't tell us here because I also say Jumana me and the Enisa Medeka. So yeah, 2 or 3 jobs, no. Let's look at how much you make in each of them. Let's combine them and know, say, at the end of the year, no, this is how much you are going to make. Until say you're increasing and withholding, to that marginal tax rate, I think that is one. And Abanisa, sometimes the advice we give people says, so you 2 jobs, not 2 big jobs, W2 million, let's say making 100,000 million. Normally we advise people say, if you can switch one and make it 1099, no boy, because the 1099 comes with a lot of deductions. And that is what I'll say. One way 2 jobs and more. No, just take note. So is because you are withholding lesser than you should. And probably it's good if you switch one of the jobs to 1099, if possible, if the workplace will allow you, because that will allow you to get some deductions that you are not getting. So, Barfi, I think so.
Yo, the must be send make no omo just as per their your friends and we accountants and kasa omo your friends tax almost specialize on tax on then no kwa omo business people omo a whole lot of business bibia wo here bia when it comes to accounting and na it but the omo number no be to give you Ebra Harry number near 575-637-8778 and I brother ni so 571-492-8292 we from our sabeka bibia wo hobia we nso no omo nyamesrofo omo fa kululu sembia na ye niama tibisro mo ko a enye kululu sembia yeso we nya we nti no omo hwe odies no ma yama pepepe yo ene ye besi ha no ye hwe se le si na se ebia still no ye nuanu bi no entimi a man temp na se ye na se bia e betimi asa hye bi mu a bia for around 2 mo me aso tia ye betimi aye around 2 but for now there em say e besi ha no abro e besi aba se bia se le besi kan no account na person kan bibi
na me ka say I think that definitely e benya sa message a menya wa ha no bebron ma afi na omo join ye omo menya earlier part no tise bia remember ma opani kuno du baby a obi e chia Minia Steven Ade was ye chia Harry Obin Harry Humble mo amoba chi nyina say dem kan program no e wo Facebook or YouTube or Twitter be social media ni nyina ye wi a ukowa and no more information I say questions in the doors but nana time ninti say nyame ya dum na
ye be hwe ni aye na yi tikakra me kan say happy new year your friends merry christmas your friends happy new year ye twa christmas say new year ye sika sem ne be ni ye twa so kra ye be ni ye say be change mu kakra ye pese ye niam e be boa yan kasa pa ye niam e be boa yin tino kakra me kan say make sure say the rain fee spend wisely save intentionally na give yo bro ye be see enti e chance ye be say ye betimi no maka say omo time kakra na be ye be say ye betimi asa de omo babie ma but until now no ni me jama
yo nana ye da si bebre nyame inshallah any o time any brother Danny any Harry to ombeboy I'm so my numbers nana they are together 571492892 the other one is 757-637-8778 na ye boa fu so nya kwan now fra me sure say obe inshallah nyame inshallah bebre so nya abre ebe kan ho nana osu nyame inshallah and no time in say nyame aduma next week ye be san Asia yo atie for sana kan ye nua Patrik na ya Barfi and ye teninka anwumre ewo financial peace education or the man on Tuesdays biano and then so hano the BC was say tax season 2022. What you need to know. And then Odia brain. Meaning so Johnny and Tama when your information be brave. Titamukuchu. Niti and you miss see no auntie and can then the financial peace education. Aha, and you didn't be see. Yamisha yina.
Semua adufue jiwaye yo okamafue jiwaye yo bantrefue